Hello, lovely people. You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time on this channel, please do well to subscribe to the channel. Share for others to also come and watch. In this video, I'm going to talk about proof of funds. Yes, talking about proof of funds, meaning I'm going to talk into details of the bank statement, how to submit or upload a good bank statement. This is what I'm going to talk about today, so that you will avoid some mistakes you'll be doing in our proof of funds. The money in accounts is one major thing that you should look, but also there are some one or two things that the visa officer check before they make their decision. And proof of funds makes or plays a major role in the visa application process. The proof of funds plays a major role. This is because you can't be a burden to the Canadian government, so they have to make sure that you are financially stable, or when you get to Canada, you are not going to be a burden to the government over there. That is why they pay a very good attention to this proof of funds. Mind you, please, I'm not an immigration officer. I'm just giving you some tips, or I'm guiding you guys to go about the application process, since we are all learning. Yes, so this is what I'm going to talk about. And before I start with this one, whenever you're applying for a visa, there are some documents that you can't do away with those documents. You have to get at least some of these documents before you can actually apply for a visa. So let me quickly mention this checklist. Yes, the first one is a passport. You can't go away with a passport. But before you travel, you need a travel document, and this travel document is going to be a passport. And number two is invitation letter. When you're going on invitation, or someone is inviting you to go somewhere, you should have an invitation letter. Invitation letter is where the person can actually express or tell the visa officer the reason why he's inviting you to Canada or the USA. The third thing is the offer of employment letter. I'm talking of visas. I'm not only focusing on the study visa. I'm focusing on the study visa, work visa, invitation, like visitor visa, everything. So this checklist cuts across all the type of visas that we have. So we have the proof of English test, and then we have the proof of funds, the marriage certificate, admission letter, attestation letter. The attestation letter is something that they've added to the Canadian visa application right now, so we can't go away with that one. The police clearance of police certificate, yeah, we need that one. So, and then the letter of explanation. These are some few things that I can mention. These are some things that you should have when you are applying, or when you want to apply for a visa in Canada. So let's go straight to our main topic for today's video. Our main topic is the proof of funds. I'm giving you some tips on this proof of funds, and these tips are things that we should actually pay attention to. So before I start with all those tips, in the previous years, the living expenses for a student in Canada, when you're applying for a visa to Canada, the living expenses that they were requesting, or they required from you, was like 10,700 and something and 50. But right now it has been lifted from 10,000 to, or it has been increased from 10,000 to 20,625 for one person, and then 25,690 for two people. So put that in mind. The living expenses, these are the new amount, or the funds that they need in your account when you're applying for a student visa. So let's put that in mind. Let's go straight to the tips that the things we should avoid, and then the tips we should know when applying for a visa. The first thing I'm going to talk about is avoid lump sum. When you talk of lump sum, you should understand, putting some amount of money in your account, that is not, let me say, reasonable. Let me use that word. Putting a huge amount of money in your account, that's not reasonable. Imagine you are working, the bank statement that you are using for your visa application with your personal account, and then your salary you'll be receiving every year is like 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, and then the visa officer realized that there's a place where you deposited a huge amount that they don't understand. It's going to bring some question mark to the bank statement. It's going to be like, it's because you are traveling, so you went to someone to get some money, and then deposit to do whatever you want to do, and then after that you take the money out from the account. So let's be very careful of those things. If you keep some huge amounts in your account, and then it appears in your bank statement, my advice for you is write an explanation letter to that amount there. If there's an amount in your account that you think is going to make the visa officer think twice of that amount, please, my advice is write an explanation to that amount on in your bank statement. Maybe you had it from a friend to support what you are doing. Maybe you had it from a family member to support what you are doing. These are things that we should pay attention to when you are applying to schools in Canada or when you are submitting your visa application. Also, use a sponsor that can show proof of relationship. Pay attention to this. When someone is sponsoring you, although everyone can sponsor you, everyone can bring a bank statement and then claim he or she is sponsoring you, but then make sure you are able to prove that you have a relationship with the person. Logically, a stranger can never come to you telling you he or she wants to pay this huge amount of money for you to go to Canada. At least you should have some relationship with that person. So you should be able to upload an evidence or proof that the person sponsoring you is having a relationship with you. Whether the person is your family member, whether the person is your manager. Assuming you are working for a company and then the company is trying to help you or support your goals, you should be able to, prove to the visa officer that you've been working with this company and then the company is willing to take care of you or willing to sponsor you to further your education in Canada. And then the course that you'll be going to take in Canada, it should be in place or it should be in align with the work that you are doing, so that it will make sense to the visa officer that truly the manager of the company that you are working or the company that you are working under is really taking you to Canada to stay there and then bring that idea that you learned there back to the company. So let's pay attention to this one too. Also, upload clear documents supporting your proof of funds. When you are uploading your proof of funds, the statement, make sure they are clear, because if you submit or upload a document that is blurry, it's going to put a question mark on your statement. The visa officer is going to be like, okay, so why is the person trying to upload a statement that is blurry? Is it because there's a mistake there? That's why the person is doing that. But you can think of anything. It can be because maybe there's a mistake there that you don't want him or you don't want the visa officer to know. That's why you've made it blur. So always make sure you are uploading a clear statement, because sometimes the size of the file is bigger that we have to compress it, and then when you compress it, it reduces the quality of the document. So let's pay attention to this thing, that whenever you are uploading, you should make sure that the bank statement or the document that you are uploading are very clear. They should be very clear before you upload. Don't upload a blurry statement. It will go against you. Yes. And also avoid showing low opening balance. Yes. Let's say the statement that you upload, make sure that the opening balance is a little bit huge. It shouldn't be low. You can't say like your opening balance is like 500 Ghana cedis. Let me use Ghana cedis. No, it's like at least you can use that, but I'm giving you some tips so that you know that there are some one or two things that they really check. Because before you tell them that you started the account with 500 cedis, meaning you started from scratch, and then you starting from scratch means it's going to put a question mark on your statement. That's having 500 Ghana cedis or 50 cedis as not 500 cedis, 50 cedis. Sorry, using 50 cedis as opening balance. It's going to be a question mark on it, because 50 cedis. Then what shows that you will be able to sponsor yourself, or you'll be able to sponsor, because using 50 cedis, it's like when it goes to dollars, it's like $5 or $6. So let's make sure we show a statement that has a huge or a reasonable opening balance. Yes, a reasonable opening balance. This is one thing that we should pay attention to. Also, use personal bank statements. If your personal bank statement is good enough, I'll urge you to go with that one. Going for a personal bank statement is going to help you. Yes, that's my advice for you. Also, add employment or business document. If you are able to tell the visa officer that the statement that you are uploading or you are presenting to him or her is for you, then you should be able to prove to the person that this or that, let me say, these are the things that you do, or these are the business that you do. That helps you to get that money in the account. Let's say you are working for a company, you should be able to upload an offer letter from the company that you are working to, that this shows that I'm working for this company, and then I get my salary or my funds from this company. And also, if you have a business, make sure you upload the certificate of the business to tell the visa officer that you are running a business, and then you get all your funds from the business. That's why you are able to get that amount in your account. Me, if I'm to advise you, I'll tell you that any document that or any certificate that you have, add it to your visa application, because you are trying your possible best to convince the visa officer that you will be able to live your comfortable life when you get to Canada. So these are the things that you should pay attention to. Any possible means that you have to convince the visa officer, use that means. Use that means. Yes, read my lips again. Any possible means that you have to convince the visa officer, use that means. And then some of these means are uploading your business document if you have a business in your home country. Also, you have to show the source of income. Yes, that's what I already said. The source of income. Let's say you're having a business, you should be able to prove that this is the source of your income, and this is what you do for a living. This is what, like any source of income that you have to actually use it in your application. And also, explain any suspicious statement better to the visa officer. Let's say your salary is like 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, and then it gets to a place, boom, there's a statement of like 50,000 in your account. You should be able to explain to the visa officer that this is why, or this is how you got that amount of money. You should be able to explain to the visa officer. Don't just leave it there. There are some statements, or there are some amount of money in your statement that can look suspicious to the visa officer. So make sure you explain any bit of suspicious amounts in the statement to the visa officer, so he can understand every bit of information that you present to him. Yes, we have many tips, but these are some tips that I'm sharing with you. Make sure you take these things very serious. Yes, in my next video I'll be talking about visitor's visa. Yes, I know I've been talking about telling you, I've been talking about bringing you guys a video on the visitor's visa, but I just want to bring all the informations in that visa, visa. That's why I've not bring that video yet. Yes, I'm still planning on bringing a video on the visit visa, and then telling you guys what you can do with the visit visa when you get to Canada. Yes, please, if you don't subscribe to this video, make sure you subscribe to the video, and then put the bell on all, so that you can get any video that we put in the on this channel. Yes, share for others to also come and watch. If you have any question, put in the comment section. I go by the name Wisdom again. Bye bye. Thanks for liking.